There's a country where trains apologize for being 20 seconds late. Streets stay spotless without a single trash can in sight, and toilets have more buttons than a TV remote. And the wildest part? None of it feels strange to the people who live there. Japan didn't just build a country, it built a system so efficient, so thoughtful, and so far ahead of the curve that the rest of the world is still trying to figure out how they pulled it off. Once you start looking at what they got right, you realize everyone else might have been doing it wrong this whole time. The first thing that breaks people's brains is not the technology or the skyline, it is the silence. Step onto a Tokyo subway during rush hour and you will hear something that should not be possible. Nothing. Millions of people move through the system every single day, yet talking on the phone is considered deeply rude. Music leaking from headphones is unthinkable. Eating a snack is frowned upon. Passengers sit or stand in complete calm, respecting a shared space like it is a library on wheels. In most countries, public transport feels like a battle zone. In Japan, it feels like a meditation session. Visitors post about it online constantly, stunned that an entire train car full of people can collectively agree to just be quiet. And it is not enforced by fines or security guards, it is enforced by culture. That same discipline carries into something even more impressive: punctuality. Japanese trains do not just run on time, they run on a schedule so precise that a delay of 60 seconds triggers a formal apology. In some cases, train companies have actually issued public statements for departing 20 seconds early. Not 20 minutes, 20 seconds. For most countries, that would not even register as a delay. But in Japan, it is treated as a failure of service. The rail system moves nearly 30 billion passengers a year, and it still manages to maintain an average delay of less than a minute. Visitors from places where a 15-minute wait is considered lucky often stand on the platform in disbelief, watching trains arrive and depart like clockwork. People online joke that Japanese trains are more reliable than their own heartbeat. And honestly, that is not even much of an exaggeration. The system was designed from the ground up to treat every single passenger's time as something valuable, and that mindset changed the way the entire country moves. But what really makes outsiders question their entire reality is the cleanliness. Japan's cities are some of the cleanest in the world, and here's the twist: they barely have any public trash cans. After a security incident in the 1990s, authorities removed bins from most train stations and public spaces. Instead of chaos, something incredible happened. People simply started carrying their trash home. No complaints, no littering epidemic, just millions of people quietly folding up their wrappers, tucking away their bottles, and disposing of everything at home. The whole system runs on personal responsibility, and it works so well that visitors walk around for hours searching for a bin that does not exist, while the streets around them stay completely spotless. And where does this mindset come from? School. Japanese students don't just learn math and science, they learn to clean. Most public schools in Japan have no janitors. Instead, students spend time every afternoon sweeping classrooms, scrubbing hallways, wiping windows, and even cleaning the toilets. It is built into the daily routine from elementary school onward. Kids rotate through tasks, working as teams, and learn that taking care of your environment is not someone else's job, it is your job. It is a lesson in responsibility. The world saw this philosophy play out on the global stage when Japanese fans at the FIFA World Cup stunned audiences by staying behind after matches to clean the stadium. They picked up trash left by thousands of other spectators, packed it into bags, and left the stands spotless. It was not a publicity stunt, it was just normal behavior. That sense of care shows up everywhere, but nowhere more visibly than in Japanese customer service. In most countries, good service means someone smiled at you and did not mess up your order. In Japan, it is unwritten. It is an RT. Staff bow when you enter. They wrap your purchase with surgical precision. They run after you if you leave something behind. There is a concept called omotenashi, a kind of hospitality so deep and anticipatory that the goal is not just to meet your expectations, but to fulfill needs you did not even know you had. Restaurants present dishes like works of art. Hotel staff remember your preferences from a previous visit years ago. Taxi drivers wear white gloves and open doors with automated systems. It is a level of attention that makes people from other countries feel like they have been living in a world of half-finished service their entire lives. And then there is the invention that changed how the entire planet communicates, without most people realizing it came from Japan: emoji. In the late 1990s, a designer working for a Japanese mobile carrier created a set of small pictographic characters to make digital messages more expressive. What started as a simple tool for Japanese cell phone users exploded into a universal language. Today, billions of people use emoji every day in texts, emails, and social media. It is one of those inventions so deeply woven into modern life that nobody even thinks about where it came from anymore. But every smiley face, thumbs up, and heart you send traces directly back to a Japanese office in the late 1990s. The same goes for another Japanese creation hiding in plain sight. The QR code was invented in 1994 by a Japanese company. These small square patterns were originally designed to track automotive parts during manufacturing. Now they are on restaurant menus, boarding passes, payment systems, and advertisements in every country on Earth. The pandemic turned them from a convenience into a necessity almost overnight. And every time someone scans one, they are using a piece of Japanese engineering that the rest of the world took decades to fully appreciate. But Japan's genius is not just in what it invented, it is in how it perfected things everyone else gave up on. Take vending machines. In most countries, they are dirty boxes that eat your coins and occasionally spit out a dented soda can. In Japan, there are roughly 5 million of them, one for every 23 people. They sell everything from hot coffee and fresh meals to umbrellas, flowers, and even business cards. They are clean, well-maintained, brightly lit, and available on nearly every street corner, including remote mountain roads. They work perfectly almost every single time. It sounds like a small thing, but it reflects a philosophy that runs through everything in Japan. If something exists, it should work properly. That same philosophy produced the convenience store, or konbini, and Japan turned it into something no other country has been able to replicate. A Japanese convenience store isn't just a shop. It's a lifeline. You can pay your bills there, pick up concert tickets, send packages, buy freshly made meals that rival restaurant quality, withdraw cash, print documents, and grab a perfectly brewed coffee, all at 3 in the morning. The food is rotated multiple times a day to guarantee freshness. The shelves are immaculate. The service is fast and polite. People who visit Japan often say the konbini alone is a reason to come back. Other countries have tried to copy the model, but nobody has cracked the code the way Japan has. It's not just a store, it's a philosophy wrapped in fluorescent lighting and perfectly stocked shelves. Then there's the innovation that redefined transportation for the entire world: the bullet train. When Japan launched the Shinkansen in 1964, it connected Tokyo and Osaka at speeds that seemed impossible. It was the world's first high-speed rail system, and it did not just move fast, it moved safe. In over 60 years of operation, the Shinkansen has never had a single passenger fatality due to a derailment or collision. While other countries spent decades debating whether high-speed rail was worth the investment, Japan just built it and proved the concept to the planet. And the engineering goes deeper than speed. The nose of the train was redesigned based on the beak of a kingfisher bird, a solution that reduced noise and improved aerodynamics. Nature-inspired engineering at its finest. Speaking of engineering, Japan took something every culture uses and turned it into a technological experience nobody expected: the toilet. Japanese toilets, particularly the washlet, come with heated seats, adjustable water jets, air dryers, deodorizers, and sound machines that play music for privacy. Some models even analyze health data. To visitors, using one for the first time feels like stepping into the future. To Japanese people, it's just Tuesday. This isn't a gimmick. It's a reflection of a culture that believes even the most private, mundane moments of life deserve comfort and thought. And comfort extends to how Japan handles one of its greatest challenges: natural disasters. Sitting on the Pacific Ring of Fire, Japan experiences earthquakes, tsunamis, typhoons, and volcanic activity with a regularity that would terrify most nations. But instead of living in fear, Japan engineered its way to resilience, building sway instead of crumble. Early warning systems alert millions of people seconds before a quake hits. School children practice earthquake drills with a calm discipline that amazes foreign observers. Disaster preparedness is not an afterthought. It is embedded into architecture, education, and daily life. Vending machines are even designed to dispense free drinks during emergencies. The message is clear. When disaster comes, and in Japan it always does, the country is ready. Safety extends far beyond natural disasters. Japan consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the world. People leave laptops unattended in coffee shops. Children as young as 6 ride the subway to school alone. Wallets lost on the street are routinely turned in to the police with the cash still inside. Violent crime rates are so low they would seem fictional in other countries. There is no single reason for this. It is a combination of strict regulations, a cultural emphasis on community harmony, and a collective sense of responsibility that makes antisocial behavior feel almost unthinkable. Walk through Tokyo at 2 in the morning, and you will feel safer than you would in most cities at noon. It is the kind of safety that rewires your brain once you experience it, and makes going back to normal feel just a little bit harder. Even the food tells a story of precision. Japanese cuisine is not just about taste. It is about presentation, balance, and respect for ingredients. A bowl of ramen is not thrown together, it is layered. Each component, the broth, the noodles, the toppings, is treated as its own discipline. Sushi chefs train for years before they are trusted to prepare rice, let alone slice fish. Bento boxes are arranged with an attention to color and texture that turns a packed lunch into a visual experience. This philosophy produced instant ramen, arguably the most important food invention of the 20th century. Created in 1958, it was designed to be affordable, portable, and easy to prepare. Today, roughly 120 billion servings are consumed worldwide every year. A single Japanese inventor solved a global hunger problem in ways most governments could not. And he did it with wheat, oil, and a flash frying technique he perfected in a backyard shed. That is Japan in a nutshell. Massive impact, humble origins, relentless refinement. And it's this mindset, this belief that everything can be improved, that sits at the heart of everything Japan does right. The Japanese call it kaizen, the philosophy of continuous improvement. It's not about massive breakthroughs. It's about making something 1% better every single day. Toyota applied this to manufacturing and revolutionized global industry. Hospitals applied it to patient care. Schools applied it to education. Regular people apply it to their own lives, constantly refining routines, habits, and systems. While much of the world chases disruption and overnight transformation, Japan quietly perfects what already exists. Over time, those tiny improvements add up to something extraordinary. It's the reason a Japanese knife feels different in your hand, the reason a Japanese car lasts longer on the road, and the reason a Japanese train station operates like a Swiss watch. 1% every day for decades. That's the formula. This philosophy even shapes how Japan handles space. In a country where living areas are famously compact, the Japanese turned small spaces into a design advantage. Apartments feature built-in storage solutions that seem to defy physics. Capsule hotels offer travelers a clean, private pod with everything they need in a space smaller than a parking spot. Tiny restaurants with just 6 or 8 seats serve world-class food in rooms that most cultures would consider closets. And it works because Japan does not see limited space as a limitation. It sees it as a design challenge, one they have been solving with elegance for centuries. Even the way Japan handles aging is something the rest of the world should be studying. With one of the oldest populations on Earth, Japan has invested heavily in robotics, community care systems, and senior-friendly infrastructure. Elderly citizens remain active, engaged, and respected as central figures in society. Robots assist with daily tasks. Public spaces are designed for accessibility, and the cultural reverence for elders creates a sense of dignity that many aging populations in other countries simply do not experience. When you step back and look at all 20 of these things together, a clear pattern emerges. Japan doesn't just solve problems, it refuses to accept that something is good enough. From whisper-quiet trains and spotless streets to toilets that anticipate your needs and disaster systems that save millions of lives, every detail reflects a culture that believes the ordinary deserves extraordinary attention. It's not perfection, it's intention. And that intention, applied consistently across centuries, built a country that the rest of the world keeps looking at, wondering how they got all of this so right. And that's 20 things Japan figured out while everyone else was still debating whether it was even possible. If this one opened your eyes to just how far ahead Japan really is, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because we're just getting started.